ragazzita and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi! Today's video it's gonna be more of a get ready with me where I explain you why I was off of YouTube for this long of a time and what's gonna be next to this channel. So if you are interested in that, please keep on watching. If you're not, it was nice. Thank you for clicking this video. See you in the next one. Also hopeful so, and don't forget to subscribe and see you in the next one. But if you're interested to know what I have to say to you, just keep on watching. Thank you so very much for deciding to stay here with me. Thank you, this means a lot to me. Thank you. And I will start by using some primer. I will use it on my just over the zones where I have more my pores. I have to be honest with you, it feels so good to be right back. So for foundation, I'm gonna use this one here from Smashbox, and I don't know if they still do this one here, but I will use it just to cover my scars, you know, just to as a concealer, you know, a spot concealer. And I do enjoy a lot to do videos, but since my channel is so micro and I don't know, I feel like no one will notice when I don't do videos, which it's probably true, but I really do enjoy to do videos, and it's something that really relaxes my soul and give me peace and make me happy. Sometimes we need to take the time to do whatever makes us happy. In my case, it's just recording videos. I used to say that I don't like to edit videos, but I do like to edit videos too. It just switch something on my mind, and you can see this foundation, it's pretty much my skin color, and I will use just as a spot on concealer. Okay, I decided to take my hair off my face because it will make me go crazy and you don't really want to see that. As foundation, I'm gonna use my e.l.f. one. I do love this one here as primer foundation. I really do prefer it as a skin tint than a primer, because I feel that it just makes my products get a little bit oily over it, so I don't really prefer it as primer. But as skin tint, I do enjoy it a lot. Let's undress the huge elephant in the room. We are in a new place because I moved out from the older home, and this was the first reason why I stopped doing YouTube videos, because I really didn't have the time for do it. I am a really lucky woman because in this moment I am a stay-home mom, and you know, I got to stay with my kids the whole days and just have to take care of the home, you know, and that's amazing. And I feel so lucky because not everyone can, you know, pay for something like that, but I am lucky because I can. And I had to do the moving pretty much by myself because since I am a stay-home mom, I didn't want to, you know, to put more pressure over my husband, since he already works long hours for the economy of the family. As concealer, I'm gonna use this one here from Hiiii. I love this one so much. This one is in the shade should be Swirl Vanilla. I cannot read so the home we're living now, it's pretty much, it's really bigger than the other one we used to live before. This one is twice, maybe 3 times bigger than the other one, which is amazing because now every one of my kids has their own bedroom, so they don't have to share the bedroom with nobody, which it's amazing. Let's be real, because it's really beautiful to have a really spacious home, and it pretty much is our dream home. It's exactly how we wanted it to be, and we were really searching for a rent home because we don't really care to buy a home in this moment, so we were searching for a rent home and find a rent home that is your dream home. Oh my god, you know how it's lucky, how it really is lucky to find something like that. And I had to adjust my lifestyle to a new home that it's bigger, that requires more time, that requires more love, you know. So my routine got pretty much all over the place, but it's fine, you know. I am not complaining at all. As bronzer, I'm gonna use my favorite one, which is this one here from Fenty. And if you're OD here in this channel, you know how much I love this one here. So this home was our dream home, and even though it takes a little bit more of time to keep it clean, to keep it, you know, not messy. I will not say that my home is completely organized, but it's not messy. And yeah, so this pretty much shaped my routine a little bit. A little bit, I mean too much. As bronzer, I'm gonna use my Juvia's Place one, and it's perfect. I love this one here. You know how much I do love this one here. I will start with the lighter shade, and I will put in the around my face, you know. And you know, we got this home, and when we got in this home, we were really thinking, wow, this is our dream home, because it's everything we wanted for our kids and for ourselves too. I even have my own space where I can record videos, which is mind-blowing to me. And the only thing that was missing to make our dream complete, our family dream complete, was a small dog. And I always wanted a dog, but it has a really bad side, really bad. We can talk about it in another video. So I couldn't have a dog that has a lot of fur shading, because I cannot see the fur of the dog, and I don't really want my kids to go outside with their clothes full of dog fur, you know. It's just I know there is nothing wrong, it's just fur, but I don't really want my kids to go, you know, outside with that. As blush, I'm gonna use this one here from the Myrix. This one is in the shade Golden Hour. And we end up, when we moved here, we met a couple that has a pretty dog. She's so white, she's so cute, and we were so talking, and she says, yeah, this dog has the pretty side that it doesn't shed fur. And I was so I mean, I knew there are some breeds of dogs that doesn't shade, but I was thinking like it doesn't shade too much. But her dog doesn't shed at all, and she was saying to me that some breeds doesn't really shade. And you know, we were in a new home, in a new place, and we were so happy that everything in our life started to, you know, go into the right place. Everything was going the way we dreamed of. As a highlighter and blush topper, I'm gonna use this one here from Melt. This one is in the shade Buzzkill. I don't know if they still own this one here, but this one here, it's amazing, it's so good. When she says that she doesn't lose her fur at all, I was like, yeah, I need to know more about it. So I started to do some research, and we decided to take a Maltipoo because I love Maltese, but all white dogs really, really scare me, because let's be real, a home, 2 kids, white, not a good match at all, not a good match. So yeah, I will brush my brows with this one here from NYX. I love it, but I just don't like the packaging. It always seems to be dirty. Ugh, don't love it. And we decided to adopt multiple. So in May the last year we moved in this home, and in June we took home our first ever dog. She's amazing. She has the best personality ever. She's so sweet and friendly and protective over the kids, which, if you ever have to maybe gain the love of a mother, you just need to love her kids. And this dog really gained my love by the way she loves my kids. She's so sweet with them. She's so patient too, because let's be real, kids are kids, and sometimes she really needs to have a lot of patience, and she really needs to play, and she's really playful, which makes me so freaking glad. Now come closer so we can, oh no, let me do my lips in a second, and I will come right back in because I cannot speak and do my lips in the same moment. Okay, so as lip, I decided to use this one here from Unearthly Cosmetics. This one is a liquid lipstick in the shade Fatal. This is my favorite nude in my collection, my whole collection. This one here, it's my go-to, and I am so sad that Unearthly discontinued their liquid lipstick, because I cannot find a color like this one here. It's like a warm, for me, a warm nude that it's not too nude, not too warm, not too, it's perfect. I love the way it looks on my face. With eyeshadow it just gets better, but I'm so sad that Unearthly discontinued this one here. Let's continue our chit chat. In the meantime, I'm gonna put some come closer, so much better, right? And I'm gonna start putting some primer. I'm gonna use this one here from P. Louise. This one is the how is this one called? This one is the eyeshadow base from P. Louise. This one is the shade Rumors number 202. And yeah, we finally we moved this home, so we got a dog, and we got a new car because we got an old new car. I mean, we got a car that is old, but to us it's new. And a lot of changes, all good changes. And my husband start a new job too, so more changes. And in February this year, my mom decided to come back from Brazil. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this palette here. This one is the Reckless Romance by Beauty Bay. This was their Valentine's Day palette, and I loved the color story of this palette so much. If you know me, you know my favorite color, it's berry and teals. I know those are my favorite colors, and this palette here has some really interesting tones of berries. I just don't love the shimmers in this palette. I feel that they are not the same lovely quality Beauty Bay has, but the mattes are just good. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna start with this color here, which I'm gonna start with the shade Fling around my eyes, and then we're gonna see what we're gonna do from there, okay? And I'm gonna use my Sigma E25, you know, E25, it's a necessity. And yeah, in February this year, my mom decided to come back from Brazil and live permanently here in Italy. But she got some problems with her rent house because the man didn't really want to rent the home to a not Italian person, which, you know, sometimes it's happen. I mean, I got why, because sometimes they people rent their home to a family, then they will call all the parents they know, and they ended up by destroying the home. So I understand why they are so not open to rent their home to not Italian people. But honestly, it was a huge problem for mom, because when he discovered that she wasn't Italian, because the man who was renting the home for her was a friend of hers, when he discovered she wasn't Italian, she already bought the flight ticket, so she could not, you know, just don't come and wait until she finds another home, because she was already coming, you know. She had already paid for the flight, and it was a huge mess. So in the end, my mom had to stay here in my home. We are 4 plus a dog plus 3 person all in this home. I don't want to be mean, but it was a mess. With the same brush, I'm gonna grab the shade Affair, this reddish shade here, and I'm gonna put this color in the outer part of my lid, like that. So it was pretty much a mess, because my kid has, you know, different ways of live, different ways of communication, different ways of seeing the rules. It was kind of a mess, and in that moment my mental health was not helping, because it makes me get pretty anxious, and when I say it, I mean it. And my mom had to stay here with 2 siblings for more 2 months. It was really hard on my mental health, honestly. I wasn't feeling the amazing with the whole situation, for my kids, for my husband, for my mother, for the 2 siblings, you know. It wasn't that easy, and I don't want to be mean, but you know, when you're not used to live with your mother anymore, it can be a challenge to start to live together again, because you know, it's not a friend of yours, so you cannot say you have to respect your mom, and you will not say to your mom things that you say to your friends, you know. And our marriage had it was a little bit a troubling too, because let's be real, me, it's my mother, so I will support pretty much everything from her, because she's my mother. I love her and I care for her, but in the end of the day, here she has 2 kids that pretty much didn't know her, and my husband, who he's really like my mother, but she's still here. He's how you say it? She's still here. He's mother-in-law, you know. So it's kind of different. but in the end my mother find her home. For my lids, I gonna reach for my Divina shadows. I gonna use this one here. This one is the shade Tucana, and right now I am obsessed with single layer shadows, and I always use mattes from palettes, and then I will reach out to my singles to give a little bit more of a oomph to my looks. Let me just blend a little bit more. So my mother finally found her home, but we start to really struggle with our financials, because you know, a lot of changes, a lot of we had to pay pretty much for pretty much everything while my mom was here. So you know, if you have a family, you know that one person more can really change your financials, can really change the way you see things in your home, the way you do your groceries. It can really change everything. And you know, and we had to pay for pretty much everything. So our financials start to really feel not really good, you know what I mean. I'm gonna use a little bit of NYX glitter glue. I like to put it on the back of my hand. Here is the foundation that I use for concealer. This is the primer. And I just to grab with the tip of my brush and then press it all over the lid. And yes, so it was not really easy for our financials, and we are still struggling to put ourselves where we were before all of this happened. You know, the home, the car, the dog, my mother and my siblings, you know, we really needed to take our financials where they were before all these changes. In this moment, our financials are still struggling, and this was one of another reasons that I was like, should I really restart doing YouTube videos? Because I already told you, I don't see myself like an influencer by any means, because you know, to be an influencer you have to influence someone, and my channel, and I don't feel that I have influence because my channel is so small. I will say that it's more a family than a channel. And yeah, so this was another reason that was making me feel like I couldn't just have my channel, because you know, what should I talk about? I cannot do shopping right now. I cannot do makeup shopping, not as much as I will do before, even though I was always really careful about the shopping that I will do for my channel. I still will do a lot of shopping for my channel, you know, things like interesting brands that I really want to try, and I really was hoping to try the most of try a lot of different formulas, and then talk to you about what do I love and prefer in that moment. And it just didn't happen. It just cannot happen anymore, because my financials won't let me. And so this was another reason why I didn't really want to come back to YouTube. A beauty channel without news, it's like one, you know, it's really hard to make. I am not saying that if you have a shop my stash kind of channel, your channel will not work, but of course you cannot tell me that people don't reach out for those kind of channels as much as they look for channels that give you reviews and new stuff and whatever, you know. People really love to see the new, and I am one of those people too. I love to see what's news, but in the end of the day, I am a huge makeup lover, and I love to do my makeup, I should put something on my inner corner. What should I go for my inner corner? Oh, I love this color combo. This shadow, I wish my camera could show you this shadow the way I see. It's gold, pink, and sometimes it has a little bit of gold too. I'm gonna grab a little bit with my finger and I'm gonna put it just here in the middle, just to make it pop it a little bit more. In the end of the day, I was really thinking, yeah, I will restart my YouTube channel, but what should I share my channel? Now I wanna re-grab my Reckless Romantic palette and I will grab this color here, the shade Paparazzi, here with an angle fluffy brush, and I will just put it a little bit more here, really close to my lashes here in the outer part of my eye, just to lift a little bit more. You know that I like that lift look. It could be a new kind of challenge to me, because have a YouTube channel where we just don't talk about just the news could be really interesting. I always say that my channel isn't about the news, but it was about the news, but right now it cannot be about the news anymore, because I simply don't have the financials too. So we can use this situation for our best. So I wanted a light pink to use in my inner corner, so I decided to grab my Natasha Denona Love palette and use this shade here, the shade Valentine's, and I'm gonna use this one here on my inner corner. And yeah, so I decided that I will still do YouTube. I will still talk about whatever I buy as new, but my channel cannot and will not be all about the new news. You know, it's gonna be about the whatever I add to my collection, and I really wanted to start to really curate my collection more. And I'm gonna use a little bit of the shade here, which is the shade the first color, which is the shade first in the palette. And I'm gonna use it here to highlight my inner corner. And obviously it's not enough to highlight either well, but it's okay. On my waterline I'm gonna use a little bit of the Jumbo, the NYX Jumbo. This one is the shade Milk, of course. Yeah, so my channel will continue. We're gonna talk about wherever I got of new and on curate my collection a little bit more. When my financials come back to normal, we can restart on trying the more new formula as we can, but in this moment we have to take a step back and really fall in love with my collection without it being to be the new news. I'm gonna grab this brush here. This one is an oldie brush from BH, but I'm gonna use it just to highlight a little bit underneath my brow bone. Not to highlight, but to really clean a little bit here on my brow bone. You know, it has this pinky shift, so it will highlight without taking too much. You know, I like to do this to my brow bone from time to time, just to take everything a little bit more blended in this area here. Now I'm gonna put some mascara, lashes, and I'm gonna be right back. Wow, this is the final look, and this should be the end of the video too. So now on, what's gonna be about this beautiful channel? It's gonna be more about try to construct the perfect collection and some reviews here and there, than just about me shopping, which I hope it could be a little bit more relatable for you, a little bit more inspiring for you, and a little bit light on my financials, of course. And so yeah, on my lashes I use this Amazon Amazon eyelashes on my liner is always the next one. And yeah guys, this is the end of the video. I have to be honest, it feels so freaking good to be back, and I hope it can be something that you really look forward. And see you soon. Bye bye.